This guy pulled out a pink lipstick, but his hand slipped and he accidentally squeezed the whole thing onto his pants. Trying to save face, he quickly smeared the sticky mess onto his lips. The girl sitting across from him rolled her eyes hard, but the guy didn't care one bit. Instead, he pulled out a chocolate bar, started munching on it, and even offered her a bite like everything was totally normal. Not only did she ignore him, she even called him gross. Embarrassed, the guy stopped talking and quietly put on his headphones. Suddenly, the cable car lost power. The whole cabin froze mid-air, maybe because it was getting stuffy. The girl took off her hat and scarf, revealing a face so stunning, the guy was left completely speechless. Cherry-like lips, a perfectly shaped nose, sparkling eyes, and flawless skin. Jack's heart skipped a beat. He instantly realized that weird first impression he gave her? Yeah, probably awful. But during the rest of the ski trip, Jack couldn't take his eyes off her. And on the way back, he actually spotted her again in the crowd. This time, he didn't hesitate. He ditched his friends and ran straight after her. Just as the subway doors were about to close, he jumped into the car. Pushing through the crowd, he made it to her side. But the usually smooth-talking Jack suddenly couldn't get a single full sentence out. Ironically, his awkwardness actually made the girl laugh. Encouraged, Jack finally asked her out, and though she wasn't overly enthusiastic, she politely said yes. That night, Emma showed up early, all dressed up for their dinner date. But when she arrived, the table Jack had reserved was completely empty. No Jack in sight. She waited and waited. Eventually, she gave up and went to the bathroom, using the time to cram for her teacher certification exam. Half an hour passed. She returned to the table, still no sign of him. Just as she was about to leave, she spotted Jack's car pulling up outside. Emma quickly rushed back in and pretended she had just gotten there. She didn't want him to think she cared too much. Once seated, the two finally got to talk. They chatted about their lives, work, and hobbies. Turns out Jack's a traveling musician, constantly flying around the world for gigs. And Emma? She's a high school teacher, currently prepping for her teaching exam. She only agreed to this date to give herself a break. They ended up having a great time. Jack's humor and charm totally won her over. But since Emma had to get up early for class the next day, she cut the night short. Jack walked her to her apartment. Right before they said goodbye, he told her he'd be flying to the UK for a concert tomorrow and wasn't sure when they'd meet again. To his surprise, Emma leaned in and asked him for a kiss, a real one. Without missing a beat, Jack pulled her into his arms and, with a few sweet words, managed to take her back to his place.